Welcome to Adventures with Peps. Today we are back in the Marvel Crisis Protocol and we are finally getting around to Captain America. Now, I know he is the MCU version of Captain America, so he has that type of outfit, but I am going to take the liberty and actually paint him closer to the comic book styling. So you have been warned. As you can see, I've primed him up nice and white. This guy is red, white, and blue. We're going to have to go with some bright, bold colors. First of all, though, I want to make sure I'm getting that white down. So I've grabbed the Holy White from the Army Painter, and we are going to pretty much cover anything that should be white. Now, I always freak out when I use this color because it looks grey. You can see it in the video. It's coming out. It looks grey. It will be fine. I know it will be fine. It's just when you first start putting it down, I get nervous. I just get nervous. It's like I hate painting white. I hate having to go back to repair white. It annoys the hell out of me. So I just want this to go well. And I'm just going to have to trust the process, which I know will work. I just got to trust it. Picking out the chest star, the letter A, that's kicking around all over the place, and of course his iconic shield. Now, these are the older Marvel sets. This is from the original Marvel Crisis Protocol set. I annoyingly bought it probably a month before they announced the second set was coming out, which really annoyed me. It blew the wind out of my wanting to paint the figures. So far, I do have the Red Skull, Peter Parker. Who else have I got done? I got Miles Morales, Ghost Spider, Peter Parker. Oh, Ultron. Ultron's the other one. So we have two goodies, two baddies from the starter set, plus some additional Spider-Man heroes. I'm not sure who I'm going to paint up next. I've got an urge to paint Baron Zemo or maybe Crossbones. So if you've got a preference, let me know down below. There's something about Baron Zemo that is calling out to me. With the white now applied, I grab the Crusader flesh tone. And I'm just going to pick out the small amount of skin that is on this model. It is teeny tiny. It's basically his eyes, his chin, and his ears. These models, they're definitely not as detailed as GW. Or maybe Warlord Games. They're nice. They're pretty good to paint up. But I find the detailing to be a lot softer on them. I find speed paints, though they work and you get a good result, you definitely want to go back and highlight things up, sort out some of the tones. Because for the most part, it's a pretty flat model. Like his face doesn't have a lot of detail to it, and I'm pretty sure on the side of the head are some wings, which I have to go back to right now. I missed them initially as I was going around. I didn't even notice them, so I'm just getting the white on them, making sure that they're covered because they should be technically white. And we now have the white tone and the skin tone complete. Up next comes the dark wood. Now, the MCU Captain America, Steve Rogers, he does have belt buckles, belt straps. He's technically a paratrooper, I guess. Is that what he is? Somebody let me know below. But he's a bit more realistic, let's put it that way, than the iconic comic book Captain America, which is the one that I prefer. He's got a darker blue finish to him. His red is more muted as well, I would say. He just looks a little bit more realistic considering his outfit. But I got to make sure that I kind of make sense with the painting. So anything that's part of his harness is going to be done in this brown. It's a pretty annoying harness, to be honest with you. It goes around his arms, his armpits, and then they connect on his back, kind of like a bracer, I guess, as I get paint all over my finger. and it hooks up to his belt. So I'm going to have to work out if I want his belt to be brown or red. Now, in the MCU pictures that I've seen from the movies, his belt is brown. But there's a bit of me that wants to go red. But I'm also a bit worried that I am ultimately going to do his gloves are going to be red. There's going to be plenty of red on him. So having a bit of brown to help break this all down, it's probably going to help me in the long run. So I ultimately do decide to do the belt brown. It just makes sense. It just makes sense. This is a fiddly long process, so we're going to skip forward a little bit. Maybe you should take this time to hit that subscribe button. With the brown all drying, I grab the blood red by Army Painter. You get a lovely picture of my hand whilst I do this, and I start blocking in the shield. Hopefully at some point my hand's going to move. But I had to really concentrate, and when that happens, I kind of forget the fact that there is a camera trying to film me at the same time. Painting in circles is really annoying. So annoying. Especially if you have the shakes like I do. I know it's a common issue with us, but shaking really annoys me. It's just one of those things where slow and steady is going to ultimately win out. And that's something that I just don't do well. I like slapping paint down. I like moving on to the next step. I want the figures done in 20 minutes. We're already closing in on the 15-minute mark at this point. Usually I'm like, oh, I'm getting close to the end of the model, but I've only just started the red. As you can see, I'm really trying to keep it clean and tidy. This isn't a natural state for me, but I think I do a pretty good job. And then we're going to paint under the shield. We're also going to do his abdomen, his gloves. Just work our way around the model, picking out some red. And while I'm doing that, we'll skip forward a little. You can catch up with me in a minute. Right, the gloves were super easy to do and a joy to paint. You just slap down the paint and it's good to go. Now we have to pick out the annoying red lines on his body. Now, luckily for us, the model has them carved on so you can see where they're meant to go, which is helpful. But I also find it annoying because it's done in the style of the MCU cap, whereas I would have much rather had straight up and down red and white lines instead of these weird. I don't know what they were doing when they designed this suit, but it's very stylish, I guess. Tapered red lines going left, right, and center. I guess it made sense. They wanted it to look nice in the movie, but transferring it to a model is a bit of a pain in the butt. But hey, it does look good. I'm looking at it and I'm very happy. Also happy to think that there's probably only 2 more colors after this stage, so I am getting there slowly. Now finally we're at the blue. So this is where I had to make a style choice. Option 1 was a darker blue. I was thinking cloudburst blue was going to be my initial choice. Would have made him look a lot more like the movie Captain America. But I really wanted to go a bit more comic book, so I grabbed the magic blue instead, which as you can now see is a much lighter, brighter blue. I really hope this works. Worst case scenario is I could go back over it with Cloudburst, but now that the model is finished and in front of me, I'm really happy with the result. I think I managed to make a good mashup between movie Captain America and comic book, and I am very happy with the final result. Obviously, as with all my painting, this is purely for tabletop gaming standard. I'm not here to win awards. I'm not here to show you how to pro paint. I'm here to show you how easy you can get a pretty good damn result with just some speed paint and just half hour to an hour of time. As with most things in life, it's better just to get on with it. If you want to be highly detailed and really push your skills to the limit, I highly recommend you do it. And I recommend you go follow some great channels that are on the internet. But at the same time, if you just want to paint to relax and maybe have some painted miniatures for the next time you play a game, don't worry about the fine details. Just get color down, have fun, mess around with it. As you can see, I'm trying to be as neat as possible here. But once that's done, this model becomes so much easier to paint. You just start filling it in. So I've got the head done. We'll skip forward a little bit and then you can see what it looks like with a bit more paint on it. Here we go. The top half is done. The shield is done. We are working our way around the leg. It's so bright. I love it. This is comic book Captain America. I am in love with this model. When I was a younger man, Captain America was my go-to superhero. I remember watching the 1980s, maybe 1990s movie that had really bad acting in it and so bad costumes. So bad. But I remember having that movie on VHS, watching it all the time. So to now have the model in front of me, he is looking pretty damn shiny. Hopefully that dulls down a little bit, but hey, if it doesn't, who cares? All that's left to do now is the base. I'm just going to hit it with Gravelord Grey and some Abaddon Black to do the rim. And we'll call it finished, and let me grab some glamour shots and let me know what you think in the comments below. Hopefully we'll be back very soon in the Marvel series doing a Baron Zemo or a Crossbones, so make sure you drop me a comment below. And also tell me, do you play this game? Do you want to see more on it? I don't know. I don't know if I'll play the game, but I'm definitely enjoying painting the models up. So let me know your thoughts and I'll catch you in the next video soon. Cheers for watching.